My chronic pain is high, my serotonin is low, I'm in a grumpy mood, it is time for a rant video. Hey y'all, it's me Alex. Today I'm doing a chatty get ready with me while talking about YouTube topics that I care about. Today's topic is about how influencers don't need you to buy their collabs and their merch in order for you to support them, so maybe we shouldn't go broke trying to support our faves in 2020. Today I'm going to be using the ColourPop X's and O's palette that I kind of bought as an impulse purchase with a gift card at Ulta 2 days ago. I know I did an entire get ready with me about how ColourPop is a fast fashion brand of the beauty community and is awful and not environmentally friendly and we shouldn't support it, but I had a moment of weakness and I'm a human being and I'm a problematic influencer and I probably shouldn't have a platform. There was a lot that led up to this. It's gorgeous, so people can judge me on Reddit. That's fine. It will happen. Now that I've done the obligatory rant about my own purchases and how I'm a hypocrite, I'm just gonna get started. Get up my stuff. Okay, so I've been thinking a lot this year about influencer collabs, and I'm saying this from the perspective of someone who does actually own a few influencer collabs. At this point in my Best Beauty 2019 will already be up. Hi. Yeah, no, that's a lie, because you know what, Filming Alex? You've tried to film that video twice. The first time, you spilled glitter on yourself. The second time, you took a nap before filming the video and you had an entire handprint on one side of your face. So you don't need to be that hopeful, honey. And you will see that the Jackie Aina palette with Anastasia and the e.l.f. and J. Kissa collab are actually on my Best of Beauty 2019 list. I'm not saying that you should never buy influencer collabs. That is the disclaimer from this. And in fact, I'm probably going to buy more influencer collabs in 2020. You know, so I'm not saying don't do that ever. But what I am saying, my thesis of this video, my TED Talk topic, is rather that you don't need to buy things you won't actually use or that you'll end up hating and you know you won't like because an influencer you really like, a YouTube makeup artist, a YouTube celebrity did it and you want to support them and give them your money. I saw this a lot with the Jeffree and Shane palette. And yes, I am actually a hater. There's my bias. I'm not gonna claim to not be biased about that. But I saw so many people that was like, I don't even use makeup, but I am totally gonna get this palette. That's why it's sold out, is because people who weren't even going to use it were buying it. And I also know that a large population of Shane's demographic are younger viewers who might not have as much financial stability or haven't quite gotten there in terms of impulse control. I mean, heck, I haven't gotten there in terms of impulse control, hence why I own this palette now. Doing great, loving that financial guilt for me. The other part of the lack of serotonin in my brain today means I can't form sentences correctly. What I am actually trying to say is that if you're not going to use something or enjoy it or do anything with it, you don't actually need to buy things to support your faves. You don't always need to spend money to support people, and I think that is one of the hardest things that we have to recognize, because in 2020, in this era that we live in, I know how financially unstable my generation is, so I get that feeling of yes, of course we want to financially support people. And I'm not knocking anyone who does Patreon or anything like that, because I completely understand. Right now my budget doesn't allow me to support anyone's Patreon right now, but that's something I want to do in the future, so I'm not talking about stuff like that. However, I am saying that you don't need to make yourself go broke. I think the other thing that bugged me about the Shane and Jeffree collab is how many people I saw saying well, I don't have the money for this, but I'm still gonna get it. Oh, that's not a good enough shade on its own. Let me grab my glitter glue. But I'm not out to tell you how to spend your money, but I am actually out to tell you how to spend your money. You shouldn't spend money that you don't have or that you need for rent or bills or food or gas in your car for things that you're probably not going to end up using. In part of my own trying to be mindful about my spending and my impact on the environment and in not wanting to be wasteful, I'm not spending my money in 2020 on things that I know I'm not going to use, even if my fave made it, even if it's something that like from someone who I would love to support. I recognize that there are other ways of doing that, and kind of that one of the things that I've really learned as a small YouTuber is how much just watching people's videos helps. Like, if you can't afford to spend your money on something, or you know that that's something that your fave makes is not going to be something you'll ever end up using or wearing, you don't actually have to in order to support them. I know that it's hard when you're thinking about like wanting to be a real fan, and so you want to own all of someone's merch or all of someone's collabs or something, but you don't actually need to have any of that as a prerequisite to be a real fan of someone. I watch a lot of YouTubers. I don't actually own any YouTuber merch. Do you know why that is? Like, most YouTuber merch is like cute sweatshirts, which are like, I recognize as objectively fashionable. I also know I'm not gonna wear it ever, and it's gonna sit in my closet, and I'm just gonna see, you know, a gigantic pile of sweatshirt regret if I got like a t-shirt or a sweatshirt or merch from every single YouTuber who I like. And I like a lot of them. I don't really watch TV or anything. I like watch internet people because I myself am an internet person. So I understand that. I really do. I understand the urge. But I'm here to tell you that if you can't afford to monetarily support your favorite YouTuber, that is perfectly fine. And you don't need to put yourself into any sort of precarious situation in order to show yourself as a real fan. Because quite frankly, like, if I ever made merch or like got a collab palette or something, I would like first of all, I'm saying this as like someone who will probably never have merch or a collab palette or anything like that, but I don't ever want to pressure anyone into buying something that they don't need or won't ever use or don't have the money for. Because as someone with a platform, I don't think that's fair to pressure people into doing something that would put them in financial distress. I just don't think that that is entirely necessary or even responsible for me to do. And I know that this is definitely also an extension of like fan and stan culture too, where in the age of the internet there's just this obsessive need to like and support people, and I get wanting to do that because I like hyping people up. I like getting excited about things. Kind of a running joke between me and my friends that like I get so friggin' hyped about like wanting to support people and wanting to, you know, just do all of the things. I completely understand why it is so tempting to buy all the things to support your faves. I used to own the Kathleen Lights and Morphe collaboration palette. I had never tried Morphe shadows. It was not my color scheme at all, but at that time I was a huge Kathleen Lights fan. It's like, oh, I want to support her, and I spent my money on that, and guess what? I've decluttered now because I hate Morphe shadows. I do not use that color scheme like at all. It is very neutral with a pop of green. There is nothing about it that I really ended up enjoying. And yeah, it ended up being something that I really regretted. I hope that is not the same for the collaboration palettes that I own now and that I actually really enjoy. Because like there are some that I haven't bought because even though I like the influencer, Carly Bible, I think she's a lovely person. She seems to be really great. I never bought her palette because that just really was something that I would never use. And honestly, if I really want to support her, I would much rather watch her videos. Maybe it's just like my small influencer-ness, my small YouTuber-ness, but honestly, just like subscribing and sharing videos and watching people's content has just become so much more important to me than like actually doing things monetarily. You know, when I'm not working 2 part-time jobs, potentially 3 soon, when I'm not doing that in order to sustain myself, when I am in a better place financially, I would love to spend all of my money on my friends' merch and subscribing to their Patreons and all of that because that's something that I genuinely want to do. But I also know that it's not financially smart for me to put my money in that area when I don't actually have it in my budget. And I want to tell you that you're not a fake fan for not being able to afford to do those things. You're not a fake fan for not buying people's merch, whether it's because you don't have money or it's because you just don't like the way it looks. You're not a fake fan for not having the same eyeshadow style as your favorite YouTuber, so you didn't buy their collaboration because you knew that you weren't going to use it. You can actually just be a fan by watching people's videos, maybe retweeting them occasionally, and enjoying their content. And you're also not bad if you buy people's things when you know that you're gonna enjoy it. Because that's the other side of it, is like, while you definitely don't need to buy people's stuff in order to be a fan, I don't ever want to like actually shame people for buying things. I don't ever want people to end up feeling pressured to buy things they can't afford in order to be a real fan. So I'm just gonna put on my lipstick, which might give me time to put like any final thoughts that I actually have together. We'll see. Okay, so the lipstick that I've actually been wearing this like so much recently. It's Candy Bar from Fluid. I really love it, and I love how this looks with this look because I feel super cute right now. And I think maybe filming this video and like being angry and weird has actually kind of helped my serotonin a little bit. I'm still in a lot of pain, so I'm still grumpy, but maybe my chronic pain can be put to good use this year in that it'll help me make rantier videos, because I know y'all enjoy that. I know y'all know that I'm a lovely and sweet and kind person, but I also know that y'all like when I'm a little grumpy too, and I can be a little sassy and interesting. That is my message of this video. Don't feel bad for buying things, but also don't put yourself into debt just to support your favorite YouTuber. And you don't need to like buy things you're not going to use. You don't need to contribute to wastefulness and capitalism and all of that in order to support your favorite YouTuber. Yes, we all need to make money. I am not saying otherwise, but I am saying that it's okay to save yours occasionally, even when your fave does something. On that note, if you want to support me without giving me any money, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I like making videos like this. I like making other kinds of videos. I am a complex person. I'm about to film a yarn haul, which I don't know when that's gonna be up. So I do a lot of different stuff, and as always, if you've made it to this part of this video, thank you so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe for more of this nonsense, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.